हाय एवरीवन, वेलकम टू ग्लोरियस लर्निंग। आज हम बात करने वाले हैं यार एपीआईज की। एपीआई मतलब एप्लीकेशन प्रोग्रामिंग इंटरफेस। अब हम करीम और फूड पांडा जैसी ऐप को यूज करते हैं, उनके अंदर हमें एक मैप दिखाई देता है। उस ऐप के अंदर अगर हम फूड पांडा से ऑर्डर प्लेस करें तो उससे हमें पता चल जाता है कि हमारे डिलीवरी भाई कहाँ पहुंचे हुए हैं। तो फूड पांडा ने ऊपर एक सैटेलाइट तो लगा नहीं रखा है जिसकी वजह से वो सारी की सारी लोकेशन को ट्रैक कर पाता है। तो फूड पांडा मैप कहाँ से लेके आता है? पांडा मैप लाता है गूगल नाम के सिस्टम से। अब ये सिस्टम हमने ऐप के फॉर्म में रखा हुआ है। फूड पांडा डायरेक्टली गूगल मैप को डेटा को एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता, ये बीच में सिक्योरिटी की लेयर गूगल मैप ने लगा रखी है। इसी लेयर को कहता है गूगल मैप की एपीआई। अगर फूड पांडा को डेटा एक्सेस करना है तो एपीआई से पूछेगा, गूगल मैप से डायरेक्टली नहीं पूछेगा। एपीआई को हम एक मैसेंजर की तरह समझ सकते हैं। वो मैसेंजर डेटा को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रांसफर करता है। तो फूड पांडा को अगर गूगल मैप से डेटा चाहिए तो वो एपीआई को रिक्वेस्ट करेगा। आप सिस्टम से पूछें क्या हमें वो डेटा दे सकते हैं या नहीं। एपीआई फिर जाकर अपने सिस्टम यानी गूगल मैप्स के पास जाकर पूछता है उनसे क्या दोबारा मैं फूड पांडा को डेटा दे दूं। सिस्टम कहता है हाँ, जो डेटा सिस्टम एपीआई को देता है एपीआई जाके फूड पांडा को देता है। अगर सिस्टम कहता है नहीं, एपीआई क्या करता है, एक एरर जनरेट कर देता है। ये कभी कभी जो नेटवर्क एरर आता है तो मैप में पूरा आपको डिस्प्ले नहीं होता और नेटवर्क एरर मैप में दिखाई देता है। एपीआई इस तरह से किसी सिस्टम का हाउ नहीं बताता बल्कि व्हाट बताता है। इस तरह से हमको नई एप्लीकेशन बनाते तो उसमें हमारे पास ऑप्शन आते हैं साइन अप विद गूगल, साइन अप विद फेसबुक। इनने भी नई ऐप बनाई है तो वो एपीआई कॉल करेगा फेसबुक की एपीआई कॉल करेगा और इसको हर यूजर को अलग अलग जाकर रजिस्टर्ड नहीं करना पड़े। और वो ये चेक करेगा अगर वो यूजर फेसबुक में और गूगल में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं तो इनको लॉगिन कर देगा। एक यूजर को लॉगिन फॉर्म बनाने की यहाँ जरूरत नहीं है। वो यह चेक करेगा क्या उसकी क्रेडेंशियल्स जो फेसबुक पे है वो सही है या नहीं। अगर वो सही है तो लॉगिन कर देगा एप्लीकेशन। ये काम फेसबुक के बड़े बड़े डेटाबेस ने ऑलरेडी करा हुआ है। तो गाइस, ये था आज का हमारा एपीआई का फर्स्ट वीडियो। मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा। गुड बाय।
Best example of API.
API stands for Application Programming Interface. Let's break that down a bit. Application refers to any piece of software, whether it's a mobile app, a web application, or even a desktop program. Programming highlights the fact that APIs are used by developers to build and integrate software components. And interface signifies that it's a way for different applications to interact with each other. Think of it like a waiter at a restaurant. This analogy is a classic way to understand how APIs function in the digital world. You sit at the table, ready to order your meal. You, in this case, are like an application needing some data or service. And the kitchen has the food. The kitchen represents the server or database where the information or functionality you need resides. You can't just barge into the kitchen. You need the waiter to take your order. The waiter is the API, acting as an intermediary between you and the kitchen. The menu is the API documentation, showing what you can request and how. It outlines all the available dishes and any specific instructions for ordering them. You tell the waiter your order. The waiter brings it to the kitchen, relaying your request in a way the kitchen understands, then delivers your meal back to you. The API fetches the requested data or service and presents it to you in a usable format. The API handles all the communication, the back and forth between your application and the server. So you don't need to know how the kitchen works. You don't need to understand the complex inner workings of the server or database. In tech, your app asks the API for data, perhaps to display the latest weather forecast or fetch your social media feed. And the APIs, Application Programming Interfaces. It might sound complex, but trust me, it's a fundamental concept that's easier to grasp than you think. APIs are the invisible connectors, the unsung heroes of the digital realm. Think of them as digital bridges. APIs are the reason that different software can talk to each other, share information, and work together harmoniously. They are the key to interoperability in our connected world. They're why you can see Google Maps seamlessly embedded on a restaurant's website, providing you with directions and location information without ever leaving the page. Or why you can effortlessly pay with PayPal when shopping online, securely processing your payment through a trusted third-party service. Every time you check the weather on your phone, pulling data from a weather service, or book a flight through an online travel agency, accessing real-time flight information and availability, APIs are diligently working behind the scenes, orchestrating these complex interactions. They let apps share data securely, protecting your sensitive information while enabling seamless functionality. APIs are instrumental in making your digital life seamless, creating a smooth and integrated experience across different platforms and services. Without APIs, the internet would be a disconnected mess, a collection of isolated islands unable to communicate with each other. For developers, APIs mean you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to build every single feature from scratch. Instead, you can just plug into existing services, leveraging pre-built functionalities to enhance your applications. Want to add GIFs to your app to make it more engaging? Instead of spending countless hours building your own GIF library and search engine, you can simply use the Jiffy API. This saves you valuable time and resources and lets you focus on what truly makes your app unique, differentiating it from the competition. If you're learning to code, understanding and utilizing APIs is a must-know skill, a crucial tool in your developer toolkit. Even if you're not a developer and you're simply a tech enthusiast, understanding APIs helps you see how the digital world fits together, providing a deeper appreciation for the technology that surrounds us. In this guide, we'll break down the concept of APIs with a simple and relatable analogy, making it easy to understand for everyone. We'll then show you a real-world example of an API in action, demonstrating its practical application. And finally, we'll get you ready to experiment with APIs yourself, empowering you to explore their capabilities firsthand. By the end of this guide, you'll have a solid understanding of how APIs power your online world, enabling countless applications and services. So let's get started on this exciting journey of discovery. First, let's make sense of what an API actually is, demystifying the concept and laying the foundation for our exploration. So what exactly is an API? Well, the term might sound a bit technical, but the concept is actually quite straightforward. It's a fundamental building block of modern software and applications, enabling different systems to communicate and interact with each other seamlessly. API turns it, providing the requested information from the server in a neat, predictable format. This standardized format, often JSON or XML, makes it easy for your app to process and display the data. This keeps things secure. The kitchen stays protected, preventing unauthorized access to sensitive data, and only the right data is shared. APIs control what information is accessible and how it can be used. APIs define what you can and can't do, setting boundaries and permissions for accessing resources, just like a menu. If the menu doesn't list pizza, you can't order it. If the API doesn't offer certain data, you can't access it. It's all about controlled access and defined capabilities. APIs are the gatekeepers, controlling access to valuable resources and functionalities, exposing only what's needed, preventing information overload and potential security breaches, and keeping everything else safe. This ensures data integrity and protects sensitive information from unauthorized access. That's how apps and services connect without chaos. APIs provide a structured and secure way for different systems to work together. Now, let's see APIs in action in your everyday life. You'll be surprised how often you interact with APIs without even realizing it. APIs are everywhere, quietly working behind the scenes. They are the unsung heroes of the digital world, enabling seamless interactions between different software systems, powering things you use daily, often without you even realizing it. From checking the weather to ordering food, APIs are the invisible threads connecting your apps to the services they rely on. See a YouTube video embedded in a blog? That's the YouTube API at work, allowing the blog to display the video directly without hosting it themselves. It's a perfect example of how APIs enable content sharing and integration across different platforms. When you pay online with PayPal, the store uses the PayPal API to handle your payments securely, ensuring that your financial information is protected during the transaction. This API integration streamlines the checkout process and provides a trusted payment gateway. Social logins, like login with Google, use APIs to verify your identity without creating new passwords, simplifying the login process and reducing the need to remember countless credentials. This is made possible through secure authentication protocols facilitated by APIs. Travel sites like Expedia use airline APIs to gather flight info from all over the world, providing you with a comprehensive view of available flights and prices. These APIs act as a bridge between the travel site and the airline's databases. APIs let these sites pull together data from many sources, including flight schedules, hotel availability, and car rental options, and present it to you in one place, making it easy to plan your entire trip in a single interface. This seamless integration is a testament to the power of APIs in simplifying complex tasks. Without APIs, every site would have to build everything from scratch, a time-consuming and resource-intensive process. APIs make the web more powerful by enabling different services to communicate and share data seamlessly, secure and user-friendly by providing standardized interfaces and protocols for data exchange. They're the reason your digital life feels so connected, allowing you to access information and services from anywhere, at any time. Let's get hands-on with a real API example you can try yourself, so you can experience firsthand how APIs work and the benefits they provide. Time for a real-world example, the Open Movie Database API, or OMDb. OMDb is a huge online database of movie info. Titles, years, ratings, directors, and more. Want to know about The Matrix? The OMDb API can send you all the details in seconds. To use it, you need an API key, a unique code you get for free from their website. This key identifies you and helps OMDb manage usage. With OMDb, you can build apps that search movies, create watch lists, or analyze film trends. You don't have to collect all that data yourself. The API delivers it instantly. This is the power of APIs building cool projects on top of existing data. Let's set up what you need to start coding with OMDb. Let's prep for coding with the OMDb API. All you need is a web browser and a simple text editor. Notepad, TextEdit, or Visual Studio Code. We'll use JavaScript since it runs right in your browser, no servers needed. First, get your free API key from omdbapi.com. Save it somewhere safe. You'll need it for every request. The OMDb API endpoint is http://www.omdbapi.com/. To search for a movie, you add parameters to the URL, your API key, and the movie title. For example, http://www.omdbapi.com/?API key your key &T the plus matrix. That's the URL your code will use to fetch movie data. Now let's write a simple script to pull movie info from OMDb. Time to code. We'll make a basic HTML file with JavaScript to fetch and display a movie title. Save this as and replace with your real key. The script sets your API key and movie name, builds the request URL, and uses to get data. When the data comes back, it updates the page with the movie's title. If there's an error, it shows a message. Open the file in your browser. You'll see the movie title appear. You've just used an API to pull live data onto your own page. This is the foundation for building more complex projects. Let's quickly break down what each part of the code does. Here's a quick breakdown of the code. You declare your API key and the movie you want. Build the request URL using template literals. This plugs your variables right into the string. Sends a request to OMDB. The first converts the response to JSON. The next grabs the movie data and updates the page with the title. Handles any errors, like network issues. You can change the movie name to fetch info for any film. The code is reusable. Just update the variable and you get new data. This is how most API calls work. Build a URL, fetch data, and use it in your app. Now let's see how you can experiment and expand on this. Open your in the browser, you'll see the movie title appear. Want to see all the data the API returns? Open your browser's developer console. You'll find a full object with details like year, director, plot, and more. Try displaying more info, add a paragraph for the year, or show the director's name. Change the movie name in your code to fetch different movies. Inception, Jurassic Park, anything. This shows how APIs let you build dynamic interactive apps with just a few lines of code. Experiment by displaying the poster image or IMDb rating. The more you play, the more you'll learn. Ready to explore APIs on your own? You've just unlocked the basics of APIs. They're the invisible messengers connecting your favorite apps and services. We walked through a real example, got an API key, and wrote code to fetch and display movie data. This request-receive display pattern is the heart of working with APIs. As a developer, APIs let you build amazing things faster by tapping into powerful services. The best way to learn is to experiment. Try searching for your favorite movies or display more info on your page. There are APIs for everything: weather, space, Pokemon, jokes, and more. Start small, keep building, and have fun exploring. APIs open up endless possibilities. Go create something awesome. Thanks for watching and happy coding.